We're gonna have a moment of silence real quick. Yo, what up? What up? What up? Um, Welcome to Tuesday Night Show, the NoMaam Fantasy Sports Podcast. We're starting today with a heavy heart, people. If you saw the beginning, you see that we it's we're in a tough spot right now. We're feeling it. I'm feeling we lost a member of the family over the weekend. What up, Alone? As you guys know, Cinco Seis, he's the patriarch of the podcast. Butch, as we all know him, family-wise, his wife he lost his wife this weekend. She passed away. Her name is Danielle. Great woman, great friend. I've known him, obviously 20 years or so. So shout out to the Easton family, to Wes, to Butch, to Mama, to everybody. Shout out to Carly, their daughter. It's very, very, very sad. Hopefully Wes is gonna try to join us tonight. We're gonna, Butch. I talked to Butch, and he asked me to move on. He asked me to go on with the show. Don't lose your energy. Just get everyone out there and do you. And so with the grace that we can, I'm going to honor my brother. So Butch, I love you, brother. We all love you. Sending our loves and prayers to you and the family. Unfortunately, continue with some of the bad news as well. TikTok community lost a great guy this weekend as well. His name was Tristan Lee. Tristan was a great kid. He's been battling MS his whole life. Doctor said he wasn't going to live past the age of 2, and actually made it to 21. Diehard Cowboys fan. Would love to fight with everybody. He was fun to kind of talk to. Stino and I talked to him a lot, in different lives and whatnot. And but shout out to Tristan Lee and his family. May you rest in power, sir. We all go through it, but together as a family, and that's what NoMaam is. So we a family, man. So in honor of Danielle Eason and in honor of Tristan Lee, we're gonna go on with the show tonight. We're gonna keep that energy going because that's what they would want us to do. So here we go. Welcome to the NoMaam Fantasy Football, the NoMaam Sports Podcast. Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You know what it is. It's your people, it's your boys, it's the nation. I got my man Snowman down there. I'm gonna leave you for last because I gotta tell the world the story about this weekend. Look, my ace, we fight like cat and dog. That's my guy. But at the end of the day, that's my brother in arms. Will Reese, what's the business today, sir?
We're sitting here with a heavy heart. I just want to let everybody know we're gonna that my brother Bush know we're gonna celebrate life. We're gonna celebrate love. We're gonna celebrate uplift this family. We're gonna pray, and we're gonna keep bringing it every day, man. Butch, we love you. You know that, and whenever you're ready, we'll be there for you. So that's just it.
Stino, I know you're hiding over there. I know, or like your Pacers are hiding from my Knicks because you know they're gonna get their butt smacked. That's right. I'm talking smack already. We'll get to that later. But
Messed up, bro.
but my brother, I love this guy. As you, he's been a staple with us. He's the guy. He's the man in the streets. Mr. Stino, what's going on, Stino?
Not much, man. Not much, man.
And
Just trying
now
to live the good life, man. Just trying to live the good life.
me and my man Snowman. So as you know, Snow and I live in the same city, repping the city as we always do. And I got some tickets to the my first ever soccer game. Shout out to my company. Not gonna say the name, copyright infringement. But I won some tickets to the soccer game. My man Snow is a big soccer fan. So shout out to Snow and of course come here now, Biatch. Big time soccer fans of the community. And told Snow where I was sitting, and Snow rolled up on me and the wife, the boy, and his little girly girl. And so I one of the first questions I asked you, Snow, was what's this like? What am I to expect? And tell the crowd what you tell me, man.
All right. I say, yo, this is a must, right? Once they start the intro video, stay in your seats. Do not move for the national anthem. Do not move for the walkouts. Do not move for the player intro. Do not move the Poznan. Y'all know what that is. The entire stadium turns it back on the field, links arms, jumps up, and they jump up and down to the song Peppers. It looks ridiculous. So
that shit was rocking.
Most of the time, they only open up the lower bowl. But when they open up the top part, the stadium shakes before the game. So like the atmosphere is crazy. So for the national anthem, the crowd sings the national anthem.
Yes.
That's because the first game, which was crazy, the mic kept cutting in and out. So the crowd sung it, and they just kept that tradition from the first game. So anytime the national anthem, the person comes out, does the first two lines, and then they put the mic down and the crowd sings it.
That shit was lit. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Will I go again? Absolutely.
Oh, those last 15 minutes?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
No lie. Man.
Yo, and yo, shout out to my boys, the Charlotte FC, right?
Undefeated at home.
But them Canadian bastards, they were dirty.
Yeah.
And there was that one, he was a blonde-headed dude. He complained like a mug, dude. Like it was bad. But yeah, Charlotte FC won 3-2. It was a good scene, there was a lot of good people out there, man. It was a good atmosphere, a lot of drunk, a lot of Modelos around there.
Oh, yeah, that stuff starts at 2.
Yeah, a lot of people were drunk out there. We had good parking. We prepaid our parking. Look at you. That's a fire logo right there, Joe.
Yo.
But it was a great experience. If you've never gone to a soccer game, I highly recommend it. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Welcome to the building, my man. The big old grizzly bear. Garrar. That's welcome to the show.
Oh.
Pause.
Good, gentlemen.
Yeah, there's a pause.
Whatever, man. But no, so we're gonna get a lot. We got a lot to get into. We're gonna talk about fine Angel. Angel Reese. And she she filled that dress out nice last night. We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about what's anyone know the score of the Laker game right now? I know they were playing
71-55 Lakers.
Oh, really? So they've came back and they're dominating. Okay.
Yeah, it's the third quarter.
We got playing.
6 minutes to go.
We got shout out to the Hornets, man. I'm gonna give the Hornets their props, their flowers. Let's go, Hornets.
Man,
next year
I cannot wait for next season.
Yeah, next year will be much better. But my Knicks, the number 2 seed, we'll talk about that. Some NFL news. There's always something in the NFL going on. We're gonna get ready for next week. We're gonna really dive into some of the weird scenarios of next week. Thank you for the score. Appreciate it. Respect. But yeah, and so we'll just get just gonna jump in. Like I said, we're expecting Kirby to come in as well. He's dealing with some family stuff as well. It's just again, listen. Before we just get into it, I'm just gonna say it again. Make sure you tell your loved ones tonight how much you love them and how much they mean to you. All right, just let's get it out there. Just we're gonna do our best tonight. Like I said, it's a very where we're gonna celebrate. Where we want to celebrate life. We're just dealing with the pain right now. You know what I mean? So again, shout out to everyone who's feeling it right now. Shout out to the patriarch, Cinco Seis. We love you, brother. Shout out to the whole Easton family. But shout out to Lee. With my brother Lee's in the chat. Said no one on the Pelicans are doing anything except Zion. Valid.
Yeah.
Valid. But Reese, what do you want to get into first, man? I'm gonna give you the microphone. What do we get into first tonight?
I think what you want to. I think we're gonna start with the NBA. You want to go NBA first?
Yeah, I mean we're in the midst right now. We got
Puff your chest out. You got a superstar. Looks like. Got that.
Go Knicks. Shout out to the MVP, Jalen Brunson. So.
Got the number 2 seed. Go ahead, man. Let us know.
Well, you want to know something here? Let me speak on that for a second. Thank you for bringing it up. I appreciate it. That's love right there. I was pissed. The last 2 games I watched, I was pissed because we were up on the Celtics by 30 freaking points at one point, and we only won by 9 because they kind of got sloppy at the end. But this last game, I mean, come on, we had the game in overtime twice. And Jalen had a turnover. Hart had a turnover. I'm like, come on, boys. We got a DiVincenzo throwing sloppy passes. Like, button that shit up, man. Button that shit up. But Celtics number 1 seed, they're gonna be dangerous. The Knicks number 2 seed, they're gonna be dangerous. Who you seen? The play-in game tomorrow night, I believe, is what Drew. What's the games? Because I know you were talking about it on your live earlier. Shout out to that guy Drew doing his live earlier. That shit was lit. We gotta talk about that. Hey, good per cop, per coke. Who is that? I forgot who that was. I'm sorry. I'm having a bad day. But yeah, we got to talk about the U.S. roster for the Olympics as well. Since we're talking about basketball, we'll add that into this part of the conversation.
Nothing but vets.
Nothing but vets, right? But that could be a good thing. I also want to talk about that Allen Iverson statue. I said trophy, not to be a wise ass, but I'm just saying.
That was small as hell, man. That was disrespectful.
No, you're right. It is a trophy. It's not a statue.
But okay, it is. But did you see? There's a row of trophies.
I don't care.
Right? No. I know. I'm not justifying. I'm not. We'll get. Like I said, we'll get to that in a second here. So tomorrow night, tonight's game is right now the Pelicans. The LA's at the Pelicans, and there's a game later on tonight?
Yeah, Golden State.
Golden State and Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
And Drew was talking about that game earlier on his live. And Drew, if I'm correct, you picked Sacramento. Is that correct?
I got Sacramento.
So break down why you took down Sacramento, and then Reese, I want to go back to you and get your pick for that game.
So, like I said in my live, I think it's going to be a legacy game for not just Steph, but for that entire organization, right? The dynasty is getting old, right? I mean, in age, Draymond, Clay, Steph, they're not young guys anymore. And they've gone stretches where they're not the great team that they've been, shooting wise. I think you can only say that, really, to be honest, Steph is the only one that has really been the most consistent, right? Draymond with his suspension issues and so on, Clay moving to the bench. So I think that plays a key factor. They're not a great team on defense when it comes down to playing certain styles. I think they get caught up in a lot of half-court trouble on defense. Also, I don't think that they can keep a they struggle with keeping leads sometimes. Sometimes they blow leads, which is very concerning. And I think if they get caught up in a wash where um, Sacramento plays this big half court game where they're using the pick and roll with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. And, you got a young guy that I think is not getting enough praise on that team. And not killing him. Why am I thinking killing his? Damn, I was just talking about him. I forgot his name. Oh, Keegan Murray. Let Keegan Murray get hot. Like they back themselves into a corner that can be dangerous. De'Aaron can give you 30, and the next thing you know, they're on a run. Sabonis can the rebounding leader of the NBA. Easily be no, I'm not gonna say easily, but you can arguably say that he is a candidate for defensive player of the year just because of his, how much of an anchor he is on that defense. So I think Sacramento plays to their strength. They're at home. They've got
Okay.
home court advantage. And I think that is a deciding factor for them to pull out a win.
Okay. And Reese, what's your take on that game tonight?
Until Sacramento proves that they can win a series, actually do something in the playoffs, I'll go with Golden State. I'll go with experience. They got some players, but I thought Sacramento was hot earlier this year, and for them to drop into the playing game, again, I've watched them most of the year, but they were hot beginning of the year. They looked like they were a contender for a top 6 spot.
Okay.
And sitting there in the playing game, so I'm not too impressed. I think Golden State, I think there is an end of a dynasty, but I think they got one more in them to turn it up. They still got the big three, so we'll see. I'll go with experience.
Yeah, Lee says that he thinks Steph is going to drop 35 to 40. Warriors win by 7. Stino, my resident man on the streets, what's your take on tonight's game?
Well, first of all, I had the Pelicans winning this game, but clearly that's looking like it's not going to happen. So that's my first nail on the playoffs, right? But as for that second game, man, I do think Steph is going to find a way to pull this out, man, and get himself back into the playoffs, bro. A couple big pieces for the Kings are missing with Malik Monk and Kevin Porter off the bench, man. So I think that's going to force some other guys to have to step up in a time where they're not used to stepping up. And I think that that'll hurt Sacramento. I said earlier that if Sacramento does end up winning, a big part of that will be because of Keegan Murray. If he ends up going off and having a good game from 3 and able to stay efficient with his shot and everything like that. But some other players, like I said, off the bench is going to have to step up. Davion Mitchell, guys like that, man, especially at that point guard spot. If De'Aaron Fox gets in foul trouble or something like that, and they ain't got nobody to put out there on Steph or Clay, it could get ugly quick for Sacramento, man.
I got a question in the chat. Before we go, Snow, I'm gonna pose a question to you. Let you answer it first. Should Wembley get Defensive Player of the Year?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Everyone else agree with that?
Nope.
No, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, sir.
I think I mean, it would be nice to see a rookie win it. He's got the defensive numbers, but I don't think he is going to win it. But it would be nice.
Yeah, I feel that.
The Spurs came like the last place defensive team. Just because you did great didn't help your team. I don't think you get prizes for a bad season. I'm sorry. He'll get Rookie of the Year, but as a defensive player, you go with Rudy. That's the number 1 defense in the league. He anchors it. So, it's more than just single play defense.
But
true, but those numbers
player
are
of the
ridiculous.
year is defensive player of the year is an individual.
It's not
metric.
an individual. It's not an individual metric. It's got a team success has to be a part of it. If your team wins,
Yeah, they do. I feel like they do put a bigger value on team success for Depoy than they do an award like Rookie of the
offensive
Year.
player,
Like
They,
um,
they do.
I think
They do.
Wemby does have,
So
even though they're
does he have
veterans-
rookie of the year locked down? Would you say?
that's not even the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rookie of the Year easily. Depoy is just
Uh,
it's just hard. I can see the argument for him, not only because of his numbers, but when he's on the court, they're a top 10 defense. But when he's off the court, they're probably the worst defense in the league. But
Yeah, it's 11 points.
he's a guy that you just can't keep out there for all 48 minutes and rely on him to be your main offensive weapon and your main defensive weapon at the same time. So that's why I feel like it'd be hard for him to win this Depoy this year. But in a couple years, hey, I mean, you might see him rattle off 3, 4, 5 straight the way he plays. So, but this year, nah, I can't see it this year.
All right, next game that we're going to look at. Let's go to the Bulls and Hawks. Drew, you're a Bulls fan, right? Drew's not there. Snow, I'll start with you. Bulls Hawks, who you got?
Now that Trae Young's back, I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
Oh, okay. Trey. Okay, Trey. He's how long was he out for?
For a
month,
minute.
maybe.
I don't think he's out at
A
all.
little more than a month.
Oh no, he was out.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah.
He missed almost a month.
I'm talking about for the playoffs. I don't think he's out for the playoffs.
No. He's back.
No.
He's back for the
Yeah,
playoffs.
he's back.
He said, "How long did he miss?"
Yeah,
I
because
don't know how long he was out.
who's that dude? Was it Murray? Is it DeJounte Murray? I think he
DeJounte
went
Murray?
off when he was out. So Trae Young, Murray, Hunter.
Okay. So you're taking Atlanta. Drew, who you got?
Yeah.
I got the Bulls.
I
Man.
say
The
series. I'm
Bulls are
sorry.
hot.
Game. Yeah, the
I
Bulls.
think the
The Bulls don't look bad. I mean,
Bulls are hot, man. I like the way I think Zach LaVine going down opened up the floor for Kobe White to
He's
really fall
balling.
into his ability. He's balling out of control right now. He's leading that offense. And Vucevic is also, falling into his character and playing his role not only as the defensive anchor on that team, but on the offensive end as well in that pick and roll game. Caruso is being that defensive guy that's allowing guys like DeMar DeRozan to get to his spot, not having to play defense. So I'm going with the Bulls on this one for the win.
Reese, I got a special question for you, but I'm going to go to Stino next. Stino, who do you got in that series?
I'm taking the Bulls in that one, man. I feel like between Kobe White, Caruso, and DeMar DeRozan, they'll make DeJounte Murray and Trae Young struggle enough shooting wise.
I agree with Lee.
All right, so you agree with Lee? Lee says Bulls and Hawks will both. Okay, so that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I agree with Lee.
But let me ask you this: without you and Lee teaming up and destroying whoever makes it to wins that game tomorrow to face whoever, who do you think has? And I'll ask this to everybody. I'll start with Reese though. Who has a better chance? Although probably none of us think that the Celtics are going to lose that series, but who could give them the biggest fits?
Atlanta.
The Celtics.
What was the question?
Yes, I'm saying the Celtics. The Celtics' biggest enemy is themselves.
Okay,
because they be playing stupid from time to time. I don't know how. They just play dumb.
If Atlanta gets hot, they could do something. But that team's about to be blown up anyway. They built a terrible team. You shouldn't have DeJounte. You got two guards. Neither one can play defense. Both of them small, playing in the backcourt. You got terrible centers. I like Jalen Johnson, Duke, of course. He's the best thing they got going. But if Trae gets hot, we've seen him take a team to up. He's taking the team to the what's the conference championship. He is taking the team there, so I'll give Trey that. I like Kobe White's decision. Yeah, I love Kobe. How Kobe White's decision. You know, DeMar DeRozan still got that old man game, but it's worked for him. But like I said, I think in a matchup with the Celtics or the Knicks, I would go with Atlanta, giving them a better chance than the
Okay.
Bulls.
Okay. Snow, you go. Same question. What team would give the Celtics the biggest, you know?
The way they're playing right now, I mean, I don't. Chicago.
Okay, why?
Just like I don't honestly.
He's not
I don't think
confident
either
yet.
team would do anything with Boston right now.
Really not. It's really
But
not.
it's because I'm just saying Chicago just because I think. Let me pause that. Let me go back to the Atlanta Chicago thing, right? One game, I think Atlanta can beat Chicago. Series, Chicago beats Atlanta. Um, but with Chicago, you have like what Drew said. This is all the players who can kind of match up with them, kind of, but they're not doing nothing with Chicago with the Celtics.
Okay.
Either one of these match up well with the Celtics at all.
So I mean, I have the Celtics going. I don't know. It seems like the Eastern Conference is just the Celtics, and then if they feel like playing dumb, then it'll be the number 2 or 3 team in the East.
Miami or the Knicks.
Miami.
I like Miami better than the Sixers and.
Okay, so then lead into that. Who do you think is going to win that series, that game, the playing game, Sixers or the Heat? I put a poll out there. Twitch, if you haven't seen the poll, check it out. So it's one of the best polls ever. But just saying, just saying. All right, Reese, who you got in that game? That playing game.
I don't bet against the coach of Miami. I think he's the best in the league. Next to Pop. I love Pop. But yeah. And somehow Miami turns it up in the playoffs. They become a different team. It's just a hard out. So I'll go Miami. Embiid just got back, right? He's been back like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I don't trust the Sixers right now. So I'll go with Miami.
Do you know how Terry's been playing?
Terry Rozier,
Yeah.
he's out. I
Uh,
don't think he's playing.
couldn't tell.
He ain't playing tomorrow.
Oh, wow, okay.
You think they let go of a hero? I mean, not let go, but trade hero.
I thought they would do it this year. I thought there was a better chance to get something this year.
I don't think they let him go. My fault.
No, I don't think they'll let him go. I thought
I
the
don't
best
think
chance to do it this year.
reason why I don't think they let him go is because when he's on the court, when he's healthy, he is a primary fixture in that offense. That young, lead driven him, Bam, um, you know, they run the floor. They get pace. They are a balanced team with him. And then when he gets hot and he's got that shooter's touch, it's on for him. Going to that question that you asked earlier, Mitch, who can, knock Boston off? Um, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think it's anybody but Boston. Um,
Okay.
My issues and my concerns with Boston were health, one with Porzingis, right? And I think the thing that people have overlooked just because they were winning, and we do this a lot when it comes to sports, we overlook certain inconsistencies in teams, right? Who is the leader of that team? Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it Jason Tatum? It can't be both. And I think the Celtics drew the line in the sand with that question by giving Jaylen Brown the max deal. They trusted enough in his game and his upside to say, all right, we want you to be the leader. We want you to be the front runner of this team. Start of the season, who who was the big name in a lot of those Boston wins? Jaylen Brown. Middle of the season, we saw, Tatum getting hot. Not towards the middle, but, we had games where Tatum was hot and he was out there doing his thing and dropping buckets, playing good defense. And then it just it went blank. And then Porzingis stepped up and was having his game. So I think Tatum might be gone if they lose. And I think it's theirs. Like, this season is theirs to lose again. They're the number one team. They had this first place lock for a while.
Right.
If they don't go out at least in the finals, I think we see a big move from them. And, Jason Tatum is going to be that move.
All right. So let me ask you.
Wait. You think they're getting rid of Jason Tatum?
If they don't win it all?
If they don't win it all, yes.
I swear every NBA team would jump for that. Oh God,
they probably would, and I think I kind of agree with Drew, and I think I kind of agree with him for a different reason. But I look at the contract that Jaylen Brown just signed, man, and I don't think there'd be a lot of teams that, one, would be willing to take that contract on, or two, would have the salary cap space to take that contract on while still being able to be competitive outside of Jaylen Brown.
But they got to find
that's the second part. I don't think he stays.
They got to find a way to get rid of that contract. There's no way you lose Jason Tatum. That's the best player.
There's no way to get rid of that contract within his guaranteed years. I can tell you that right now. There's no team that is.
You can say that, but they got rid of James Harden's contract, and that was a crazy contract. They found a way to
James Harden, because James Harden was already paid, one, and two, that the teams knew that they did not have to take on a boatload of a salary. That's why the Clippers took him. The Clippers didn't give him much money coming out of that deal. Philly offloaded the salary by allowing the team that they traded him to say, all right, we need not only cash compensation and value of player and draft, so this way we can offload our book, but also have that space to say we don't have to take the big hit in salary. So that's why they was able to make that move. Name a team in the NBA that's really going to sit back and say, all right, we're going to take Jaylen Brown's guaranteed money, and then on top of that, say we have to give up the cash value, the cap value, right, and the draft value, or the draft value to compensate for the rest of the money that he earned. Remember, they paid Porzingis. They just extended Drew Holiday, and 9 times out of 10, didn't they also extend? They re-signed Derek White.
Yes, sir.
Right? You offloaded
and Peyton Pritchard as well.
Detroit making that move. I can see Detroit making that move. I can see Sacramento making that move. I can see a couple teams that will make that move to get that player in there. But if Boston ever puts Jason Tatum on the board or act like they're going to trade him, the line waiting at that door would be the longest I've seen in years.
They don't have to trade him because his salary, they don't have to trade him because his Jason Tatum's contract is expiring.
Oh, just let him walk. Let him walk. I promise you, wherever he lives at, every team I know will be. Hey,
that's why I said he's gone. Like that's what I said. He's gone after this year if they don't win.
Boston is the dumbest team in the world. That's like letting go of Jordan in his prime. You're like, really? You gonna let Jordan walk? That'd be crazy.
I mean, you have no choice. You have no choice now. After you gave the max deal, the max contract to Jaylen Brown. To be honest, and I don't know if Sino remembers this, but I said it in a basketball line. You don't give Jaylen Brown nor Jason Tatum a max deal when those are your two centerpieces. That's the centerpieces of your offense. You don't give either one a super max deal like that. You split the max, even it out, balance, and keep both of them there for as long as you possibly can until one decides that he wants to ask for a trade. That's what they should have did.
The plan. I cannot believe the plan. I just don't believe the Boston is that dumb. The plan was we're going to sign Jaylen Brown and know that we were going to. There's a chance that we can lose Jason Tatum. I cannot believe that they would make that bad of a calculation.
I don't think it was bad. I don't think it
is
was
a bad
bad.
I would. There's no way I pay Jaylen Brown and lose Jason Tatum. We know who the better player is.
I mean,
it's not even close.
Better player, but we've seen in this season, and you know, at glimpses in previous seasons as well, where when Jalen is not the number one or the go getter of the team, Jalen has been the one to step into the fold and fill that gap, fill that void, be that player. So
Jalen still can't
you had a choice to make. You had a choice to make. You made the choice. You drew your line in the sand, and it is what it is. Someone has to go now. You can't keep both of them.
There's no way.
All right. Well, so before we go any further, got some new guys. What up, back door? What's going on? How you doing,
gentlemen?
How
you
What's happening, back door, man?
Thank you.
How you doing, cuz?
Glad to be back.
Yes.
Been busy. Glad to be back, fellas. How we doing?
What's good, cuz?
How we doing? We're good. It's good to see you, brother. And as always,
people out there with semolina.
Yeah, had to pull up. Nobody move.
Nobody gets hurt. And as always, he's undefeated. He's unfathomed. He's undeniably the greatest co-host in podcast history. Shout out to my boy Wes. What's up, baby?
Fellas, what's going on?
Big Wes, what's happening, brother?
What's up, brother? You know, I love you, brother.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of tough times for my family. So appreciate the blessings, everybody sending me. So
we love you, brother.
Thinking of you.
Again, if you're joining us late, you know we're this show is dedicated to our family, to my man Butch. You know him as Cinco Seis. He's the patriarch of the podcast. This show is dedicated to his wife who passed away the other day. So we just want to, shout out to Butch. We love you, brother. You know, we're here for you, man. You know, can't wait when we see you. We'll hug you, give you a high five, and tell you that your Giants are mid. But that's all out of love.
Out of love.
A whole lot of love. And again, shout out to TikTok community. We lost Tristan Lee. I just want to give another shout out to Tristan Lee. Shout out to Kelly, by the way. Kelly in our chat, the queen chatter, the lady who regulates the chat.
Nice.
Kelly was been in contact with Tristan's mom, and so she gave her. I made a logo for him as well, really nice, and she's gonna print it out for the service tomorrow, for Tristan, and shout out to Jay Curbs. He's going through it right now as well. He said he's gonna try to join us. I told him, take his time. We're here for you. We ain't going anywhere. But make sure you share this live and let's go, man. We get this podcast going. Grow the family. We need family. We're together. This is a family. This ain't that bullshit that you see on some of these other, podcasts out there that don't do shit. They do it out the back of a trailer. They don't know the fuck's going on over there. This is where it's at. This is what the family's all about. We come together. And before I go any further, Nick's rule. Fuck all you guys. We're winning the championship. We're winning the championship this year.
Don't get me started, bro. You getting excited over a 2 seed just because Embiid was hurt for half the year.
Listen, I want to ask the two new guys in here, because what I just heard is it would be amazing if that happened. Do you think Boston made a mistake and there's a chance they lose Tatum this offseason?
They trading Tatum?
I mean, if
he ain't going, he's not going anywhere. Nah, it's one of them. You look at the untouchables. There's only 6, 7 maybe. Tatum's got to be one of them. They'll figure out a way. You got to figure out a way to keep him.
You got to figure out a way. That's what I'm saying. That's got to be.
But lick your wounds with whatever you have to do to get rid of Jaylen Brown, because that money is probably the issue. But
I would put first round picks with him. Whatever you got to do to get rid of that.
You got to figure it out.
All right. So, Beth, I'm gonna ask you, who do you think? Give me one, maybe two teams. Name a team right now that you think not only needs a Jalen Brown type of caliber player. One and two has the space, salary, and trade value because they're asking for one. They're asking for nothing but one. And that conditional, they're asking for someone to take all of his guaranteed salary and some twos. And at
Are
least
they going to are
one
they
big
going
guy.
to ask for the one, or are they going to realize that the money they paid, it's got to be a give and take here? Like you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Oh no,
You
it's
help
gonna have
me
to come
keep
down to that.
Jason. But a team, because Jalen Brown's not, he's not a number one. He's the best. He's the top tier of the Robins to me,
Number
if
two.
that makes sense.
I
Like
agree.
you can't,
Unless Stino wants to say something.
you
Do it.
can't put Jalen Brown and tell him just lead a team. There's got to be a couple. I mean,
I like
the
Tyrese Maxey
Knicks.
too. I would say
I mean, it wouldn't be. It would be the Sixers if Maxey didn't exist.
right.
Like
Exactly.
you look at Denver and you go, okay, well,
So
Jokic and Murray. It's a two. It's got to be with a big man where he could run a 2-man game. But the best big men, I think, all have a 2-man game that's pretty good right now.
San Antonio, I can see them making a play for it.
There we go. Good one.
possible.
That's a great
Hey,
example.
hey,
I
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna
I
lie,
like that
man.
a lot.
Put somebody beside you. Put that beside Wemby. Now
I like
Wemby
that.
is the only person there. You got to for
But
sure.
remember, is Jalen Brown a Popovich type of guy?
Anybody?
Yeah, I
Popovich
don't see
Popovich
why
is
he
not going to
wouldn't be.
bank on taking a guy that's not going to fit in his system. We already know that. So
Why
yeah,
would
it does look nice
wouldn't
and
he
it
be a
does look
Popovich
appealing
guy?
and bright, like Jalen Brown in the Spurs jersey, but does he fit? That's why I said he has to fit. You can't just go
I
willy
think
nilly
Jalen.
and just fly at the seat of the
I
hammer.
think he. Why wouldn't he fit? I know certain players have certain tendencies or a certain style of play that it wouldn't mesh, but I don't think Jalen Brown has any
Hey,
outstanding type of
yeah.
play either way. Like it would interrupt. Like if a Kyrie goes up, he doesn't need the ball all the time, and he doesn't clog up. I feel like he could work with a lot
What,
a
we
lot of
also
teams.
He's not a defensive guy
Popovich had a DeRozan, Steven
who
Jackson.
play defense. Who play
DeRozan
defense.
played a little defense though, and DeRozan was. I mean, he's still walking from a walk-in
Jalen Brown's
bucket
not
from
a great
14
defensive
feet.
player. That's the caveat.
Jalen Brown goes on spurts, and his when he's hot, he's hotter than most number twos, some
Right.
number ones. I
Scoring.
mean, he can get real hot offensively. Yeah,
He's the DeJounte Murray. He coached him. I don't
Who
think
played? You're naming a bunch of guys
I
who
think he works
play
perfect.
defense.
I think he works perfect on Boston. They just can't pay. So
if they can't pay him,
They're
Look,
already
man,
paying
I'm
Jalen
gonna
Brown. What
tell
are
you,
talking about?
I'm gonna say a team that I don't know if y'all will agree with it just because of how well they did this year and the potential that they have. But one team that has enough young talent and assets to trade and has a plethora of first round picks in the next 5 years
okay.
is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. I don't think
Now, if you're able to somehow maybe trade Josh Giddey, I don't know if they would trade a J Dub necessarily just because they like
they get rid of
his
J Dub.
presence and stuff. But like I said, like Josh Giddey, another couple young assets, maybe a Poku, and 3 or 4 of those first round picks that aren't even theirs. I mean, I think that's very enticing for a team like Boston to say, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Then you put SGA next to Jalen Brown and Chet Holmgren. That could be a problem. That could be a problem.
That's one of the few teams.
Just so everyone knows, Lakers are only up by 2 right now.
That's why I keep looking over here. I'm looking at TV. I think that is one of the few teams he doesn't fit on
at all.
Okay.
I don't think
at all. OKC, you look at them. I love what they're. I mean, they're the youngest team in basketball, but you have a walking bucket.
Yep.
SGA's giving you 30.
Yep.
Everyone else, from the second guy on the second best to probably the second off the bench, all of them will clamp you defensively.
and role
The
play.
entire team from Lou Dort to J Dub, they got dudes coming off the bench. Chet, it will block your shit.
Mm-hmm.
SGA led the league in steals. Like they are like a. I love the way they play basketball.
I don't think they'll go for it.
I
I don't think they'll trade for that one player. Get him up.
Jalen Brunson, MVP.
Okay, stop. All right, moving on.
I just gotta throw it in there every once in a while.
Moving on. I'm looking at a team that is looking for us. I don't know what Detroit thinks about Cade. If there's,
let me go look at these teams.
yeah, I don't know what Detroit look about for Cade. If they like what they got there, if they want to try to make a jump to be more competitive. Miami's always looking to do some bullshit.
Miami might do some bullshit. I was just going to say he fits in Orlando. He fits in Orlando.
I'm looking at small market teams that want to make a splash and try to jump into the playoff contention.
That's what
you know what I'm saying. Like
Orlando
a team
might make
like
a push.
Portland. A team like Portland, Orlando would be a good fit potentially.
They're already in the playoffs. Washington. They just lack perimeter offense. I mean, what's his name? Wagner will give you 16, 17 a game, but they need a little more. Those guards in Orlando, I think, aren't giving them enough.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, hold on. All right, so let's kind of start putting a little bow on all this, right? So it looks like, well, I don't want to say, well, it looks like the Lakers are going to win, but they're up by 4 right now. Let's just take a quick poll. Lakers, Pelicans. Who are we saying? Lakers? Do you think Lakers will pull it out?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been watching the whole game. They've been out playing.
Come back like that. How did they let them come back like that?
Yeah, that's my thing. They came back.
They were about like 15.
They outside of the last that run they made late, Lakers have been out playing them.
So you got the Kings in the there's like 521. 521.
Okay.
So we got the Kings and the Warriors left tonight. We got the Bulls and the Hawks tomorrow, and the Heat and the 76ers. Out of those 4 games, those playing games, do we think any of those teams have a chance to win their first round matchup?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wes, I'll start with you, Wes.
It depends on where they fall, but I just get concerned with OKC, their youth, because if they get the Lakers, that
could be a problem. That could be a problem.
Mitch, you're trying to bait me. Mitch is trying to bait me. I know he is.
The Lakers did 3-1 them.
Little old man. So okay, so
they don't have no experience, Mitch. That's my only hesitation.
Right. So I'm going to be honest. I'm a little confused by this trigonometry that's going on. So like, if the Heat win, they automatically 7 seed.
You're being hopeful. Why? Why are you being hopeful?
They automatically go on and make that 7 seed and play the Knicks. Yes.
Okay. And so if the Lakers win, they automatically go against the Nuggets.
No.
Yes.
Denver. So it's my bad. So rephrase that. If whoever's that Sacramento, Golden State, and whoever get OKC, I'm worried about OKC because they're young, and they're gonna go against a team that's either playoff tested or that's I don't know, say better than them, but just
as hungry as they are.
Okay, wait a second. So if the winner of the Warriors, the winners of the Warriors Kings game plays the loser of the Lakers Pelicans game.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
And whoever wins that game plays the Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So same thing in the East. If the Heat win, they automatically get the 7 seed and they play the Knicks.
Yep.
And then the Sixers will play the winner of the Hawks Bulls series.
Yeah. You keep speaking for what you want to happen.
No. I'm
like you were just thrown in the universe. They're not even an option. I'm not. No, I'm no way. Not
speak it into existence.
No. I'm gonna listen, tough guy. I'm gonna get into it right now. So
wait a second.
So wait a second. So I'm going to go to the East because right now it looks like the Lakers are going to. Well, it's 2 points now.
The
But
2-point game.
I'm going to go back to the East. So if the Heat lose, what happens to them?
They play the winner of
The
Atlanta
Heat
and
play the
Chicago.
winner of
The winner of the Bulls Hawks.
Yes.
And then the 76ers get the 7th seed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's so confusing, man.
Well, Mitch, I'm going to ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
Who are you more afraid of? The 76ers or the Heat? In your mind, honestly.
I mean, I'll tell you who I'd want to see and who I don't. I mean, I love the Knicks Heat series. I love the Knicks Heat rivalry. I mean, you know, that's always fun to watch, right? Obviously, it's not the same because the character, right? And for what it's worth, I like Jimmy Butler. Besides when he has his emo haircut, other than that, he's cool with me. I don't want to see the 76ers win for 2 reasons. One, because I don't want to hear fucking Kansas talk about, you know, Joel Embiid, and that's the only reason that, you know, and shout out to young Kansas. But I think, you know, with a big man like that, I think, you know, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough for me. I think the Heat scare me the most. I'll say that.
Is Robinson healthy? Is Mitchell
healthy?
Mitchell Robinson healthy?
Mitchell Robinson.
I think so.
Bench player. I'm not worried about it. He's a bench player.
Oh, so who are y'all match up Embiid with?
I don't know. We got 3 centers.
Hawkinstein.
We got 3 centers. I'm not worried about it.
Hartenstein.
They said that shit with a straight face. All of them. They said it with a straight face. A straight face. They said, Hartenstein. Are you what?
Listen.
Hey, he just asked who they was gonna put on him. I didn't say they was gonna stop him. Now.
Listen,
I'm not worried.
Hold on a second. Let me address you, cheesesteak boy, for a second. you and your Philly guys out there. Look, if the wind blows the wrong way, Joel Embiid's down for a week. So I'm not worried about Joel Embiid.
That's why he plays inside.
Mr. Glass.
I'm just saying. Knicks clear. Shout out to my man Munchie. Fuck you talking about? Stop talking to me. Knicks are gonna win it all. I mean, I look. Here's what I don't like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with everybody. What do they have to do to get respect? We didn't have Randall most of the season. We were injured a lot the whole season. We get the 2nd seed, and no one thinks we could do anything with it.
I don't want it. Let's keep it moving, Mitch.
I mean, exactly, Wes. I'm with you. Keep it moving. Let the Knicks do what they do. Jalen Brunson, you know, let's just be, you know, just continue your MVP, your magical season, your MVP.
You know what? I honestly think the 76ers got bad karma anyway for pulling that damn trophy out and acting like that's a statue for
yeah. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Rocky? Let me ask.
Rocky got a bigger statue than Allen Iverson. How does Rocky have a bigger statue?
Yo, I don't even know what he's talking about.
So they unveiled the Allen Iverson statue this week outside the stadium. I mean, there's a row of trophies like that or statues like that are small. I don't know what goes down in Philly like that. You know, if that's is it just? I've never been to that arena, so I don't know if it's like a walkway where you, because I saw there's like what, 10 of them.
Oh, I haven't even seen it yet.
So. Yeah, it's a lot of them. I think they got Dr. J, Bobby Jones, Daryl Dawkins. I think, you know,
if it's in that area, then it's probably all the same size.
Yeah,
that's not Allen Iverson.
Yeah, they all look about the same size.
Yeah, they're all pretty much.
That's Little Bow Wow. I was
gonna say, of course, Allen Iverson is the smallest player out of all of them. So it's probably only right that he has the smallest statue out of everybody. Too.
There's a bunch of line of Heisman trophies. That's all they got.
So my thing was,
yeah, they kind of do look like Heisman's, though. I gotta agree with Reese. They kind of do look like glorified Heisman's.
The ear, the hand behind the ear silhouette was a way more iconic.
Yeah,
to put into a shrine and statue, then the crossover, right? Like I just think it made it look minuscule. He looks like a junior varsity basketball player, taking
I think
pictures
the
for his
perfect
mom.
I think the perfect statue would have really included Tyronn Lue, bro, if I'm being honest with
Oh, the
Yeah.
step over. That's
you.
respect.
Or the
Kids,
Jordan
you know they
or the
can't
Jordan
do it like
crossover.
that.
Or the
How fun
Jordan
would it have
crossover.
been, Stino, if they would have put a little Tyrone Lue at the bottom of
Yeah,
Iverson's
man.
feet?
That's them
Like
stepping
this.
over, like.
That'd have been bad. That'd have been bad, man. That'd have been.
Nasty work.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So okay. So all right. So right now, I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I'm gonna go around the room, and we'll come back to this. For what the NBA Finals is about 6 months long or something like that. It takes forever because
Yeah.
isn't it like best 4 out of 7 series to have everything?
Yeah, it's really only I think
Yeah,
like
it's June. June we get the finals.
yeah.
June. We're in April, bro.
Yeah, I mean
That's tough. So we'll
Shout
come
out to the plan.
week to week, obviously, and talk about it. But right off the jump, cheesesteak, you go first, man. Who you taking to win it all?
Ooh, all.
to win it all, Boston.
All right, we got one.
Boston over Denver.
No way.
Stino, the man in the streets.
I'm gonna take Denver over the Knicks, man, to be honest with
Woo!
you.
That hurt me.
I'm gonna take Denver over the Knicks.
But I
know
like
it sounds,
At least the
I
Knicks
know
are
it
making
sounds
it, so
crazy,
you're
man.
good.
I know it sounds crazy because Boston's so deep and well put together right
Damn.
now, man. I just
Pause.
it's
They not
just
deep.
it's just
They
something
not
about
deep.
It wasn't
Pause.
me, Drew.
They absolutely are.
Nah, it was
They
Stino.
absolutely are.
Talking about. Drew,
no
that's what I'm
Diddy.
saying.
No
Zion
Diddy.
Williams with a
No
late
Diddy.
injury.
Sorry, guys. No Diddy. No Diddy.
Boston is absolutely they're probably the deepest team in basketball outside of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
Absolutely are.
Milwaukee?
Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, they got guys who
Hey,
can come
yo.
off the bench and score in the playoffs, actually. But yeah, they're a
Way.
deep team.
No way.
all right, well,
Zion
hey,
Williams was
I'll
out with
throw a
injury.
pause in there right now. We ate them like a deep dish pizza. They are beat their asses the other night. All right, Snow, who you got?
So I don't know what's happening right now.
No, not the Reese.
I got the team in Denver because I don't know if I say the other name, is that going to be a pause? Because stuff is crazy today.
Hey, just so you
What
guys,
other name?
Zion has left the game.
Yeah, I
Zion,
don't know.
It's still tied though. It's still tied.
That don't surprise me.
Tied.
That don't surprise me.
You guys are a couple seconds ahead of me, I think. Don't spoil it.
It's only a matter of time. For
Man.
you.
I'm sorry. All right,
Don't worry.
Snow, who you taking?
Oh, I got the Nuggets.
Nuggets winning it all.
Yep.
Who are the Nuggets playing in the finals?
A team from the East. You know what? I'm going to go with the Cavs.
Dirty.
You got a bad attitude. You know?
Did you say the Cavs?
Yep, going with the Cavs.
Wow.
That's why you should stick to soccer. All right.
Snow. Hold on, Mitch. I'm sorry. Snow,
No,
I
go.
appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. You took a lot of pressure off of me there with that one, man. Took a lot of
Yeah,
pressure
because
off.
I think, I don't know, man.
Well, teamwork, man. One family member out for another. I love it.
No,
That's
check this
right.
out. Check this out. All right, so hear me out. Celtics going to play dumb, right? That's what they do. They're really good, but they play stupid at times.
The wrong time.
The Bucks, they're not going to have Giannis.
Huh?
Yeah, Giannis is not playing for the playoffs, I believe, right?
He's out for at least, I think, the first 3 or 4 games of the first round.
That's going to be tough against any team
Yeah.
because Damian Lillard plays no defense.
It's daytime, boy. It's daytime.
Doc Rivers anyway. Just blame Doc.
Doc
He's
Rivers,
the churches.
exactly.
That's fine.
Blame
That's
Doc.
fine.
Glenn.
As long as they losing to my Pacers in the first round, I don't give a damn what they're doing. That's
heard
what's
Doc
going to
Rivers.
happen, baby.
I can see
I
that.
heard Doc
Tyrese
Rivers
go
is supposed to
crazy.
suit up.
30 and 15 average for Tyrese, man. 30 and 15.
Can
Oh yeah, I can
I
see.
just say one
50
thing
points.
about the Sixers? The Sixers are 31-9 when Embiid has started the game this year. Can I just get a little bit more respect?
How many of them losses to the Knicks? How many of them 9 losses to the Knicks?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know. I don't know.
As I like to say on TikTok, that's a negative ghostwriter. The pattern is full.
The pattern.
Highest win percentage in basketball, Embiid and Maxey when they both play. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
The Knicks beat the
OG
Celtics.
Anunoby is
Hey.
23 when he plays.
Hey, I said it earlier in Drew's live, man. You could see a game where Tyrese Maxey goes for about 40, 45, man. We've seen it before that he might have that one little
Absolutely.
quick game.
Sixers
It's
are coached up.
not necessarily an elimination game, but it's like a must-win type game for them. So I could see Maxey going crazy in this game.
Hey, there's a
Coached up now.
there's a poll in the chat right now. So if you guys want to, Twitch Nation, if you want to take NoMaam Nation in the Twitch world, I'm sorry, want to take part
Like
of that.
Embiid's averaging 6 assists a game. Nick Nurse coaches him correctly. They surrounded him with 3-point shooters. So you either double and he finds the open 3, or you don't double and then we get 2 points.
All right, Drew, who you got winning the whole thing, brother?
I'm going with the Denver Nuggets playing against the Knicks.
I'm talking about.
Get out of here.
But you got a bad attitude.
I got Denver winning in 6.
All right, Reese, you're up, buddy. Who's winning it all?
I think we're downplaying the West. The West is gonna be a bloodbath. West is it's a strong play. You know what? I'm not gonna go with all y'all that bullshit y'all saying. I'll say God, I don't think nobody can beat Denver.
Pay attention to some bullshit coming.
Yeah, I hear some bullshit coming down the pipe.
I'll take Denver over the Celtics. I think the Celtics make it. I think it's the Celtics here, but they lose.
You hater.
You need to stop.
I don't think you're ready. Okay. God damn, I can't wait. Now I'm pissed off. I hate you. Y'all gonna make MSG disgusting. Y'all got your little props. You think you're a little hype. You didn't make it last year. Now you're a little hype.
Listen, Hornet boy. Easy with the bad talk about MSG.
Hold up.
In New York. Get out of Charlotte. We
Don't
need
worry
you
about
there,
it, man. They're not even going to get out of the first round. It's fine, bro.
Talk about Charlotte like they, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
Get out of Charlotte. All right.
Hold on.
Bro.
We got Bro in the house. Although he's too shy to show his face right now. He's probably working on some technical difficulties. But we'll get to your argument here in a minute. Wes, who you taking? You better say what the hell you know what you better say.
What?
What? People already said it. Denver the Knicks. But all this Knick energy, I'm afraid. I'm afraid now because I'm Let's fly under the radar. Let's keep going under the radar. Knicks suck. They overrated. Let's keep it moving.
Yo, that markets itself.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to give my pick, and the Knicks clear all you bitch-ass teams out there. And it's going to be – I'm going to go on a limb and say this. It's going to be the Knicks versus the Thunder.
Hey.
That's right. I said it.
Not a bad
fighting chance. Then
I can't believe nobody picked Minnesota. Minnesota looks good too, and they may have the best player in the league. And then Dallas
it won't be the Hawks. Anyway, bro. Welcome to
West.
Shout out to my man, bro. Beatbox Radio every Saturday night, 7 p.m. Check him out on Twitch, YouTube, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, your girlfriend's panties, everywhere. He's everywhere, bro.
Don't say that. Don't say that, buddy. You give me a trouble.
Zach, you'll give people
Let me say that. My bad.
You give me a trouble.
Popular. It's very popular.
You will lose her mind. Let's not go there. But let me and I apologize for just butting in the way I have, but let me just say, man, and I mean this sincerely when I say what I'm about to say, man. To say that you my friend is an understatement to the person that you are to so many people, man. A lot of people want to get flowers from us as a community that be on TikTok and other social media platforms, and they don't move the way you move. And now you can see my face, so you know what it means when I say what I'm saying. Because I tell you straight up, if I think you a piece of what, I tell you flat out to your motherfucking face, you ain't shit. You a good motherfucker, man.
Who, me?
Yes, sir. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing because you're bringing a lot of good motherfuckers that need to be around each other. A lot of us be so separated sometimes because we don't want to deal with motherfuckers, man. But these are the times where we need to be around each other. And on top of it, bro, you have no idea, man, the shit that be going on in a lifestyle. Just like for you, I don't know what it's like for you as a person at the age, because you about to be like 107 in less than 24 hours. You about to be about 107 in less than 24 hours. But the great thing about you is that you authentic, man. And I just want to tell you on this platform, man, I appreciate you, man. And I
appreciate you, man. And just to correct him, I will be 51 in less than.
Yeah.
I'm not calling. And thank you for Sentimental Bro. We got Sentimental Bro now.
Oh, I heard Mitch
Don't start with me, bro. Don't start with me.
I heard Mitch got a triple A card.
Don't you start with me.
Wait, hold on. I just heard that teddy bear Drew over there. I am a proud member of AARP. Yes, I am. I get discounts. I get about 15% discount on everything. So
that's why we go to the movies together.
Recognize. Secondly, shout out to my mom in heaven for 51 years ago, blessing the earth with this guy. But no, shout out to my family. Shout out again, if you're coming in late, shout out to the Easton family. Shout out to the patriarch. As everyone knows, Butch is dealing with it right now. Lost his wife, on Monday morning. So we're here for you, baby. You know that you ever need anything. But this is what family is all about. And just like in a normal family, you get a lot of mid takes. It happens, man. My family is no different from the every other family out there. I got Philly cheesesteaks down here. I got Boston Celtics, whatever they're called. What the hell's a fucking pacer? It's an old car.
Hey man, you watch your damn mouth, buddy. You watch your mouth. I took your Knicks to go to the finals. Don't you disrespect my
everything. You a Knickerbocker.
Hey, yo, do the Charlotte Hornets got a sandwich?
Why are you putting stuff
barbecue?
Why you bring up
barbecue?
Want to know, bro? I just want to know if they got a sandwich,
Buffalo
bro.
Have a basketball team?
We don't need one. We don't need no motherfucker. I'm a Bulls fan. So
you got Benny the Butcher. You got Benny the Butcher?
Wait,
we got that. Shout out Benny the Butcher. That's a fact. Yeah. That's not
actually they do have a basketball team because Buffalo's Little Canada, right? So they got the whole Canadian, basketball league. So
man, fuck
Little
Canada's
crazy.
Toronto. Bro, go throw yourself through a table, okay?
You what's crazy? Yo, you know what's crazy? It's so because I know now what Buffalo, what fans that's not Buffalo Bills fans, I know what they mean when I be talking shit. Because Dolphin fans is going crazy. Listen, y'all got to pay attention this week coming up because I'm about to light their ass up.
Well, it's funny. You guys should actually be better friends because don't you guys trade between each other all the time? You guys have guys from Buffalo. You guys have guys from Buffalo to Charlotte. I mean, you guys have like your own corridor and stuff, don't you?
Well, first of all, you involved too.
Baby Buffalo.
You a Cincinnati Bengal fan, so don't make it seem like you just winning championships
last year.
We won that established
last year.
Let's get that established. But
Josh McAllen.
The mere fact that he is a Charlotte Bobcat / Hornet fan / back to the Hornets again, he's a fan of that. He should be humble. He shouldn't be talking to me
humble.
Like
no, he ain't humble. No, he ain't.
Humble?
No, he ain't humble.
Hey, 4 times to the mountaintops and you still going where?
And I tell you what, the Bills been there more times than Charlotte know what it looked like.
I know why you a Buffalo fan.
Because the team is older than the team is older.
Good transition, guys. Good transition with the draft.
We went right. So extra pay this week.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. Got the bonus.
Extra pay this
incentives. Yes, sir.
You had it in the hand.
Pay attention, chat.
You had it in the hand, Reese. You had it in the hand.
I'll tell you, hey, bro looked like an older version of Thurman Thomas. That's why he's a Buffalo fan. He older.
Yo, bro.
First of all, let's get something.
Shots fired.
Thurman Thomas wish he looked this good. That's first and foremost. Thurman Thomas wish he was.
Thurman Thomas.
You look like a taller version of Muggsy Bogues, and you sitting there talking about Thurman Thomas. Come on, bro.
Taller version of Muggsy Bogues.
Hey, real quick. Lakers won 110 to 106. So the Lakers.
Okay.
I picked that anyway. So
Denver versus the Lakers in round 1.
And
same results as last year.
I hate it for AD. I hate it for
sir.
AD. Never see that again.
Well, AD, does he have his Walker, his cane?
He gotta see that ass on the kid.
His scooter?
AD.
I guarantee you, as soon as that final horn sounded, AD went, God damn it, got a fucking motherfucker.
That dude was like, damn, I gotta see 30, 12, and 6 again.
and he ain't even going to jump. And he ain't even going to jump.
I'm gonna make sure I pack my bags real heavy so I fall down some steps or something.
Yo, you know it's the sad part. The sad part about the AD matching up against the Joker is, yo, if AD actually focused and actually play his game, Joker can't do nothing with him, bro.
Exactly right.
I mean, but he does that. He got 2 quarters maximum.
He can't do nothing with him.
So in our last poll, how crazy is Snow? 4 votes came in, and they were all for Out of His Mind. So congratulations, Snow.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, what was the rubric for it? Did I say something wild?
Yeah, so you said something crazy. I don't know.
Oh man,
so.
If I had a nickel.
I'll tell
exactly. Right? No, always gonna say something crazy.
If I had a nickel.
All right, so look, let's transition. As Tino said, I don't want to ruin a great transition with your bad attitudes, because I know Bro got one, and I'm looking at Snow. He's developing a bad attitude right now. But so we're a week away, right? We're a week and a day away, 2 days away from the draft. Obviously, the consensus, if you ask Reese, because he's going to yell at you if you don't agree with him, that the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams at number 1, which makes sense. I'm not going to fight it on him with him about this anymore. So the sensible thing, would everyone agree, is that the Bears take Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick?
When I see somebody pick it differently,
I love it. Here, you don't see his face for about an hour, and I bring up the Bears and Caleb Williams, and my man pops up.
Yeah, because he a bum ass Bears fan. That's why.
Whoa. See. Now here's where my dilemma comes in, right? So now we got people from Baby Canada talking about my team, right? I said nothing about that Buffalo Wing team, and blowing their franchise up to keep guys like, whoever,
Josh
and Mr. Nobody, and then bringing in Josh Allen to only be saved by a guy that you end up letting go anyway, and Brian Dable. But that's neither here nor there. So please leave my Bears alone. All right, we struggle. We going through whatever we going through, but that's that.
First of all, shout out to
the
Chicago Bears for having the first pick in the draft. Let's get a round of applause to
I appreciate
the Bears for being trashed the previous decade.
Well, no.
However,
we got that in a trade.
No, trash.
We got that in a trade.
They got that in a trade.
Hold on, time out.
We got that in a trade, so that don't count.
Even if they didn't get the number 1 pick in the trade, they would have still been in the top 10. Anybody in the top 10 is hot garbage.
Fuck no.
Don't hit me. I don't hear none of that shit.
No, hell no. Hell fucking no. Hell no. Man, anyway,
got the nice pick.
Let's get back to the bullshit. The bullshit is
okay. You know what?
Bullshit.
I got something for you. So first of all, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. You violated me on the live when you mentioned my mob with New York State, and I feel some type of way. So I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. The Bears, Caleb Williams, the first overall pick, he will fold in the next 3 years. You will be getting rid of him by year 4. You're gonna be back in the draft looking for another quarterback. Meanwhile, by that time,
year 2.
So, and we finally gonna be on the mountaintop, and you're gonna be a Bills fan by then.
Year 2. Hell, first of all, I will.
He actually agrees with you.
Listen, hold up. I will be. Listen, I will probably become a Jets fan before I ever become a Bills fan. That's one. Making my pops proud because my pops is a diehard Jets fan. But I wouldn't even dare do that type of craziness in my life before becoming a Bills fan. That's one. Two, you got to take a year off.
Right.
It's going to be year 2 because Caleb's going he's going to try to find his mom in the stands. Mommy, where are you? Chicago's been throwing hoagies at me. I can't do this no more. And he's going to be crying, and his fingernail paint is going to come on. So by year 2, he's going to be gone. We're getting rid of Dable year 1, and he's getting booted year 2. So that's that. But I don't think he's the right fit. And I'm standing on business, and I'm standing on this. And me and my Chicago Bears flag high. We trade back to number 3.
I
with
just
New
want
England.
Chad to remember this. I want
We get
Chad.
Jaden Daniels.
I want Chad to remember this. So when Caleb is good, I want Chad to. So when Caleb is actually good, I want to hear shit from Drew.
So
I don't want you to celebrate nothing Caleb do. I don't want him to say, "Oh, Caleb had 5 touchdowns." You better shut the fuck up. You don't get to celebrate.
Yo, listen. Caleb can throw for 4,000 yards. I'm giving every receiver, the O-line, the running back. I'm giving a backup quarterback, whoever he is, more respect and praise than I will Caleb Williams, and I stand on that.
Wow.
All right.
Because as my wife would say, I'm a hater.
Well, first of all, shout out to your wife for being smarter than you, because obviously she knows you better than you know yourself. So let's get that established. Go ahead.
Wes, what were you gonna say, Wes?
First, I wanted to speak with bro because I want to see his opinion on the Diggs, how he feel about that Diggs leaving Buffalo, and to Drew's point, I think they set up Caleb to be successful with the receivers. Like, I know we don't want him to be, but they did stack him up versus what they did for Fields. But my first question was to bro because I want to hear.
That's not Drew's point. I don't
talk about Diggs.
That. That's not Drew's point. Drew thinks he's gonna.
I know, but I'm just saying they set him up to be good. Caleb Williams versus they did for Fields.
Oh wow!
But they still didn't fix the key. They still didn't fix the key issue. The key issue wasn't just the receivers for Justin Fields. It was the O-line. They still didn't fix that. I don't care how many guys you pull from the Chargers. They pulled a center and they pulled a guard from the Chargers. That's still not fixing the problem.
Yeah, but if we being honest, and I'm gonna answer it real fast. I'm gonna get to this Chicago situation because I was just trolling Drew because at the end of the day I love trolling Drew. But if I'm being honest, bro, they went out their way to put position players in play for him to be successful. The fact that the offensive line is not at the par doesn't mean that they didn't do their due diligence in putting the playmakers around him. When you are an offensive coordinator, it is your job to know that you got a bum-ass offensive line and to make that offense work around that bum-off offensive line. So they already at a plus in comparison to what they had with Justin Fields. That's first with that situation.
Agreed.
Getting back to the Stephon Diggs, I told Mitch and I think I told Drew too. I said at some point prior to the draft, they would trade Stephon Diggs. And the reason that I felt they would trade Stephon Diggs was because it wasn't that second half. Don't get confused by that second half of the season. I'm the realist, bro. The part of that second half and the reason why Stephon Diggs looked the way he looked and why his statistics looked the way they looked was because the offensive coordinator, as well as the quarterback and the coach, decided to take away Stephon Diggs as the focal point of the offense when it pertains to the passing game. So it looked like he wasn't being productive when the fact is they just weren't going his way. His targets looked the same, but the way the offense was ran wasn't the same. So I do think that they should have traded Stephon Diggs. I did not agree with the fact of what they got in return unless there are already situations in play that we don't know about, that they're already going to make a move come this draft or, at some point pertaining to some of these free agents or guys that are on a trading block when you talk about receivers. The Buffalo Bills are in position this season. They could easily sell the house. Remember, when they got Stephon Diggs less than 36 hours after Arizona snatched up
Hollywood.
No.
Oh, D-Hop.
36 hours, less than 36 hours after Arizona signed and traded for D Hop, the Buffalo Bills traded for Stephon Diggs. The reason why the Buffalo Bills, because the Buffalo Bills originally were trying to get DeAndre Hopkins at that point, because during the previous regular season, the Minnesota Vikings told the Buffalo Bills that they weren't going to trade him after they had already had a trade in place. People don't speak about that the Buffalo Bills tried to get Stephon Diggs prior to the trade deadline before the 2020 free agency season. And so when I'm looking at what's going on right now, yet again, we see Minnesota, and everybody's saying that the Minnesota Vikings aren't going to trade Justin Jefferson. Well, they're not going to trade Justin Jefferson unless the trade makes sense for Minnesota Vikings going forward. If you look at Buffalo and you say to yourself, why the fuck would I care about 4 draft picks in the first round for the next 4 years, as well as other draft capital when you talk about the best receiver in football? Anybody that says Justin Jefferson is not the best receiver in football, they haven't been paying attention to football. So the bottom line is you make an offer. Even if you don't get it, you make an offer. And I'm sure Brian Dable has done, Brandon Beane has done so. But what I look at getting closer to this draft is they have the 28th pick. And I keep telling everybody this, the last time the Buffalo Bills had the 28th pick and they were trying to move him in draft, they drafted Josh Allen. Yes, it's a quarterback, but do not be surprised if they get up to about 15, maybe even in the top 10, and look to get a receiver. If they can get a guy like Malik Neighbors and they don't have to worry about Justin Jefferson and they trade away the draft capital, then that's something that they should do. But if you can't get a guy like Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr., everybody else is a possibility, bro. Let's just be real about it. We love Adonze. We love the fact that there are other guys that may look as good, but the fact still remains Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., those are the 2 guys that are game changers.
All right. So with that said, hold on real quick. I'm going to go to you, Reese. I want to ask you.
I'm just saying, beyond that fantasy view that he just did, I'm saying the guys that are
that was
open
cute.
for trade, I'm saying beside the guys that are open for trades, because you're looking at Justin Jefferson and get up for Neighbors, would you give up that 28th pick for T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk?
Not for T. Higgins, and depending on what it is pertaining to Brandon Ayuk. The reason why I say no to T. Higgins is because I think T. Higgins, without question, can be a number 1 receiver. The issue in Buffalo is that he's not in Cincinnati as that number 1. He's used to what's going on in Cincinnati. If they were, for some strange reason, to trade away Jamar Chase and make him the number 1, he would fit better in Cincinnati as a number 1 in comparison to Buffalo, because Josh Allen doesn't have no relationship with him. The offensive coordinator doesn't have no relationship with him. When you look at the rest of the receiver that's in Buffalo, those guys can't be bona fide number 2s unless they have a top dog. T. Higgins is not a top dog. Brandon Ayuk, to me personally, he's no different. He's a better Khalil Shakir. He's a better slot receiver. To me, he's not the guy that you can put on the outside and make sure everybody else in the inside will be able to do their job. That doesn't mean that Brandon Ayuk is trash.
I want to go to Betts. He's making.
I apologize.
Go Betts.
Brandon Ayuk can't play on the numbers?
No. I didn't say that. I'm talking about what I want you to do, Betts, and I apologize for cutting you off. What I want you to do is, and shout you out, because you really actually intelligent. So it's not like you casual as a lot of people like to speak about. But if you look at what Buffalo had with Stephon Diggs, right?
Is real.
Well, that's true. If you look at what Buffalo had with Stephon Diggs, they moved Stephon Diggs around. They can do the same thing with Brandon Ayuk. But what transpired was, remember what took Stephon Diggs from having to do the things that Gabe Davis did. Gabe Davis was the guy that actually stretched the field. Gabe Davis was actually the guy that they wanted to use in the red zone. Gabe Davis was the guy with the height that could take advantage of the guys. He just didn't get it done. They can't do that with Brandon Ayuk, bro. They can't put Brandon Ayuk on an island in the red zone and tell him to beat this guy over the top. That's what they need. They need a guy that
they didn't do that, but they didn't do that with Diggs. You just said it.
That was the problem.
You know better than anybody. The Bills' MO changes inside the red zone. They go and they look at the tight ends, and they like these switch releases. They like to get their 2 and 3 guys running to the back of the end zone. That's what they like. Stephon Diggs worked for them because he can do everything you want from a number 1. He's one of the best route runners in football. I think Brandon Ayuk can run the entire route tree with ease, with some of the best of them. if you still have guys on Buffalo that can stretch the field, then it's fine. A guy like T. Higgins on Buffalo, yeah, Josh Allen has a bazooka of an arm, but everyone can't be a deep threat. Like it just can't be Hail Mary ball.
Right. So
Ayuk would be a much better fit. I'll hear you, like I can hear you out, like, all right, T. Higgins, I wouldn't give up 28. Okay, Ayuk, I would give it up in a heartbeat. I don't think I can draft a receiver that comes as polished as Brandon Ayuk, yet alone from day one.
Now, yeah, you're right. Day one.
all right, so Reese, I want to go back to you though. So all this being said, and shout out to Bro for mentioning it. But come this draft, right now in a week, do you see anything transpiring? Any big trades? Any movement to alter the draft as we see it today?
Oh, my bad.
I'm seeing at least two teams going to trade up for a quarterback. That's either Denver,
Okay,
maybe Oakland.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Vegas, sir.
Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. I'm sorry. I'll give you Vegas. But Denver, two teams will have to trade up. I think who else set themselves up? They just did Minnesota. All them, they got to trade up to get a quarterback.
How many first round? Sorry, bro. How many first round caliber quarterbacks are there?
There's only three. I think there's only three, but they're gonna push JJ McCarthy up to a first round. He's a third rounder.
But if there already are three in the top 5 or 6, from my understanding, that look like they're going quarterback, what are the other teams moving up to get then? You just think they're just
McCarthy.
Teams are talking. I'm saying teams are talking themselves into JJ McCarthy. Teams are talking themselves into, hey, maybe Michael Penix, we can keep him not for being injured. They're going to talk themselves into Bo Nix. I think 5 quarterbacks are going in this draft in the first round. And
Well, see,
I said that as well.
Hold on. This is my argument to that. We know right now if it stayed the same, the draft order, the first 3 teams need quarterbacks. Correct? Everyone agree with that? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So now other teams like Oakland, you got me saying Oakland, Las Vegas, Minnesota, and who was the other team you mentioned? Denver. Looking for a quarterback.
yeah.
Can't they technically wait?
You don't know.
That's what I was kind of trying to ask.
Yeah, I mean,
So
but I think real quick,
Let me just throw this in, Mitch. You got the Giants, who are unsure on their quarterback at 6.
Don't know what they're gonna do. He's right.
Go ahead, finish your thought. I just wanted you to put that out there.
Right. No, and that's a good pause interjection. Stino.
Wait,
That
what?
was nice. No, that was a good one.
Thank you.
Good pause.
I'm getting better.
He's learning.
I'm getting
The
better.
young Padawan one is learning.
I'm getting better with age. And by the way, fuck you. I'm coming here now, Beach, for talking shit about being 51 in 2024. That's crazy. Fuck you.
105, same shit. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Cook.
to Betts' point, and to what I'm saying is, if the 3 mainstays of what we saying are going, and there's other, to your point, Reese, you named 3 or 4 other guys, I'd fucking wait. I'd get positional players. I'd go after offensive line. I'd do other things to build my team up, and maybe in the 3rd round, get a JJ, get a Bo, get a Penix.
That's your problem. If you got 4 teams looking for a quarterback, they're not falling. That's what I'm saying. Right now, it looks like they're not falling. JJ should be a 3rd round quarterback any other year, but he's not falling this year.
I think we mean when you said move up. That's all we're saying. When we say wait, we mean like at least to where they are at the 1st round, not move up.
Right.
I don't know why they would move up.
It would
give up assets.
It would make no sense for, let's say, I'm just going to throw Las Vegas out there. It would make no sense for Las Vegas to move up to get a quarterback that's going to follow them anyway in their spot.
Well, that's not necessary. I apologize because that's not necessarily true, Mitch. And I apologize for just coming at you like this, and then pause that too. But if you look at where the Raiders are and you look at where Denver is and you look at where Minnesota is with the second pick, right? They're all in between each other. Pause. So it's like the Raiders, this is a guaranteed fact. Of those three, at least one of them is moving up. They're all not going to stay. Minnesota's already in the 7th spot, so they don't necessarily have to move up because they can play the wiggle room game when you talk about the 2 first-round picks that they have and where
Minnesota's
they position
not
at.
in the
But if you
7th
look at the
spot.
Raiders, huh?
Yeah, I need to see
Minnesota got 11 and 23, I do believe.
and that's why.
Yeah,
Or excuse me, Atlanta's at 7. I apologize.
Yeah.
Yes, they're
Tennessee's
11 and
at 7.
23. But this is why I'm saying you're going to need, or excuse me, if you're those teams, they have to move up because the first 2 quarterbacks off the board, to me, are the only guarantees that are going 1 and 2. Drake May is not going 3. I'm telling y'all that right now. Y'all getting caught up, or not y'all per se, but people getting caught up in Drake May going to New England is not happening. Drake May is going to fall. And what I'm saying to you is he is the 3rd quarterback to come off the board, but there are teams like the Raiders, there are teams like Denver, and there are teams like Minnesota that if they can get in position to go get a Michael Penix Jr., or if they can get their hands on J.J. McCarthy, things will change because they believe that they can get them in those spots. So at some point, they have to make a move.
At the 3rd spot, at the number 3 pick, and we all, I mean, I think we all agree Drake May is going to be there at 3.
Hold on. Let me say this because I listen to my Raider feeds and they talking about Washington ain't 100% on Jaden Daniels. They leaning Drake May. So
yeah, they are. They're definitely leading Drake May.
If that's the case, if Jaden Daniels is available at 3, I'm almost positive the Raiders are going to do a trade with the Patriots to move up.
To get them. Okay.
See, all right. So here's my thing, right? It's hysteria, right? What we're seeing right now, and this is why I don't like the fad of the Mel Kipers and all of the the talk of the quarterback issues. Like I am a firm believer that we are going to see 4 to 5 quarterbacks go within the first round. That I do believe. However, the hysteria of like an Oakland, a Minnesota jumping up is that they don't want to get caught with their pants down, knowing that they are in quarterback situations and issues. They need to draft someone early. Like we're in the quarterback era, right? Everything is driven and seen through the quarterback view lens, whether or not the quarterback is good or not. NFL teams, NFL owners, NFL GMs would rather take a big hit on a quarterback bust as opposed to taking any other positional bust, which is backwards to me. I don't understand, and like I said before, I don't understand why you would want
forever.
Right?
It doesn't make sense,
exactly.
bro.
Quarterbacks
have the highest bust rate of any position.
Thank you. And I said this in a live. If you go back to 2000, and look at all of the number one, all of the first round, not even the number 1 quarterbacks drafted, there are the percentage of players compared to any other position in the NFL. It is shit.
You can walk into a
Absolute shit.
7th grade class and any of the classmates can hit at the same percentage. It's garbage.
The widest side of a barn, right? That's one.
And a portion of that success percentage is the ones that are gifted to you on a silver platter, like Peyton Manning's and Andrew Luck's.
Thank you. And then 2, right? Like I said this before, and Mitch, Reese, we were in the Discord. I think Jared was with us when I was saying this. I don't understand the hype of a guy like JJ McCarthy. And I know people give kickback, and I know people say I'm bugging for saying this, but when you have a guy like, and I know Reese is probably gonna turn his face up and roll his eyes and back his head, but when you got and I'm talking about the sample size, the metric of everything in the sample size from last season. Bo Nix led the entire FBS in quarterback percentage, completion percentage. Not only did he do that, but he threw damn near, and correct me if I'm wrong, he threw for almost 4,000 yards, if not 4,000 yards.
He threw
That's
for
one.
slightly over 4,000, slightly over.
Thank you. Right. Then we got a guy like Penix who was in the Heisman conversation, and I'm not talking about bottom 5 of the conversation. He was anywhere between 2 and 3 in the conversation for more than 3/4 of the season, coming from Washington, right? And then I'm going to throw another guy's name in there who we're not talking about, who not only had a great combine day and showing the intangibles of what you want your quarterback to do, but he had a strong, solid pro day in Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman was a way better quarterback than Drake May was, who's going number 2, who JJ McCarthy it was, who, and granted, fine, he won the national championship, but still in the fact that he was a better all-around quarterback for his team than those two guys. Like, I don't understand the math. It does not add up to me. And I think it's crazy for anyone to say that JJ McCarthy needs to be drafted 4th. It makes no sense to me. It's like Jimmy Garoppolo all over again. Jimmy Garoppolo he threw 8 for 11, 8 for 9 or something like that, and had like 78 total yards thrown.
Well, it's funny you bring up
Like,
Jimmy G. He's like the one I've been thinking about since you started your tangent. Like, there's other ways to skin a cat. These teams just year after year hope this QB hits. Nope, 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 and then there's nothing there. San Fran or other organizations like San Fran, if they don't like it, they're not going to force a QB pick. They'll just stack other positions, and sometimes everywhere else is good enough that you can.
Wait. That's casual, Beth. Because we're talking about a team that traded up to get a quarterback and gave up 3 first-round picks to get a quarterback. San Francisco?
I was talking about before Trey Lance. You looked at it. They never forced quarterback picks. They stacked that roster, which is why guys like Jimmy Garoppolo were able to go 8 of 13 with 44 yards and a pick and play in a Super Bowl. Like, you don't need to force the quarterback pick so early, and especially year after year. Sometimes you can be carried with other things, or at least to some degree.
Or even better yet, you don't need this quarter and this other facet of hysteria that we're seeing in the NFL, generational talent. Like, I'm tired of us casually throwing around this label and attaching it to players who aren't even mediocre talent.
You ask a 19-year-old right now, they'll tell you 8 starters are generational talents right now. You're like, what?
The problem with both of the arguments is the guy who keeps winning Super Bowls, the team that keeps winning has the star quarterback that doesn't need the great team built around him. He beats the guys who are just regular guys who got a great team. He beats them constantly. 2 years in a row, he's done it. So
I hear you. Mitch can attest to this. Since day one, I've said there's 2 formulas to win a Super Bowl: an elite quarterback, which the hit rate is so high, or the bust rate is so high on finding an elite quarterback, or an elite defense. That's it. There's no, you can't win a Super. Like, you either stack the defense, which I love it if the franchise goes that route. Like, but that's it. Elite quarterback, elite defense. That's it.
But you say elite defense, but they keep stacking the rules against the defense, so you can't never keep an elite defense every year. Now they're changing the fact that you can't hook tackle no more.
I mean, you are correct with that, because the last example you can use for the elite defense winning a ring, I think,
let's go back,
would have been Denver. I'm trying to think. It was there one after 2015
against Carolina.
No, that Rams defense. That win was predicated on the Rams defense.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bengals?
Going against the Bengals?
Yeah, in its totality.
Oh yeah. I would say Aaron Donald. Yeah, the defense. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Matt Stafford led 3 straight game-winning touchdown drives.
That wasn't elite. That wasn't.
Hold on, wait. Let's not act like the defensive tandem of So you had
I know that defense was good. It was
who
the highest paid defense in football by far. No, they were good.
They were good.
granted whether they were high or not, it was like the defense was the primary focus. Like, yes, he did have Stafford did have, not to discredit Stafford. Stafford had games where he was the primary focus, but through the totality of that season, the focal point and what drove that team not only to wins but getting them into the Super Bowl was the defense. Aaron Donald,
It was
a
Cooper Cup.
veteran,
Cooper
It
was
was
like
Cooper
what's
Cup.
it, offensive player of the year? That
It
year?
was the triple. It was the triple crown. He caught three straight game-winning touchdowns in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I will give you that, but what I'm saying is we're not going to act like
No, the defense
Aaron
was great.
Donald.
I give you that.
We're not gonna act like Aaron Donald and Von Miller and
Floyd.
Jalen Ramsey weren't, Floyd as well. We're not gonna act like those guys weren't
Oh, no, they were
huge.
All right, they
great.
were dominant. They were dominant.
we think of a dominant defense, but Cincinnati was putting up points on them. It wasn't like Cincinnati wasn't scoring.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I'm trying. You know what I'm saying though. It's always unless
I
you're
do
the
know what you're
Eagles
saying.
in 2017 where you like made a deal with the devil or something. It's always an elite quarterback winning or an elite all-time defense. Every now and again, you're like, ooh, a Denver, a Legion of Boom. But now you're right with this era and the rules. I don't know if you're going to see that.
I start off asking Reese any major moves. Anyone else believe there's going to be any major movement draft day? That's going to just totally fuck up everything.
I forgot that was a question.
What is that?
I don't know what we went from that question.
Well, we went away from that question quickly.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. But
we're talking about trading up, and I said I think Minnesota set themselves to trade. I think Minnesota and Denver have to get a quarterback because right now they're looking at Sam Darnold, and I don't even know what Denver got right now.
I mean, I just love the fact that Chicago controls it all.
Jarrett Stidham.
Huh?
Oh, you do have Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham.
Oh yeah. God, yeah. Like
you can't tell Sean Payton. Sean Payton gonna make him a star.
Man, Sean Payton said,
Sean Payton loves him.
I don't think
they cannot go.
I don't think Denver trades up.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I don't think Denver trades up. I think
they got to trade up to get the quarterback that they want.
No, hell no, they don't.
To be honest, my take on Denver is that they may not even draft a quarterback in the first round.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
At 12, I think there's a good chance that Brock Bowers will still be available. And I think Denver might just go Brock Bowers, rock with Jarrett Stidham as the starting quarterback to start the season. And I think they may still be.
But no, wait a second. Stino, hold on. Stino, to what you're saying right now feeds into what Betts and I were saying. If the 12th pick comes around and Brock Bowers is available and they take Brock, right? They go to the third, fourth round to get a quarterback. Bo Nix will be available.
Sean Payton knows. Sean Payton's not naive. He looks at his roster and he goes, "This isn't a 1-year job. Like if he's setting a timeline, it's at minimum. All right, not this year, not next year, the year after that.
Right.
He knows that also comes with, unless a real all-time QB prospect just falls into your lap, nah, we got a lot of other shit to fix. Let's try and slowly build that up as a foundation, and then we'll see what we can do. Maybe a free agent. That might be their best bet. Things like that.
If Sean Payton has an ego big enough that he thinks he can make anybody a great quarterback, he's an asshole.
That probably goes hand in hand. It could be like half and half. Like, listen, I'll build a foundation, and the other half, like, and this shit bag over here, I'll make them okay. Like, I'm that good.
Sean Payton thinks that, so I can see him wait, but I don't think ain't no third or fourth round. You're not. Bo Nix and them are good enough. They should go in the second round. Michael Penix.
And teams don't 1-year rebuild out of like Mitch's Bengals 2 years, and that's your best case scenario. Unless you, all right, well, Houston really put a nail in that one for me this year.
Well, no, but
that's all time. I'll be like 70 years old telling my grandkids about that Houston front office in the 2020s. 1 year, just hit playoffs.
Exactly.
Reese, I want to give you a shout out real quick because I think what you just said made sense, but I'm going to add to it. Again, going back to what Betts and I said, you said Bo Nix was a second round draft pick, right?
I think he can be. I think
right. But again, if by the end of the first round, even beginning of second round, that a lot of these quarterbacks are, or a lot of these teams have their quarterback, he may not go to the third round. And I think that was.
Wait. If they don't get a quarterback, where are they getting the quarterback from?
No. Okay. You slow down. What I was saying is we believe that there's going to be a lot of quarterback movement in the first round, correct?
I say the first and second round.
I personally would more lean towards, in my opinion, lean towards the first round, right? What I think you're going to see happen is that these teams that may need a quarterback are going to see that the big names are gone and then build a squad, right? Sort of like what we do in fantasy. Get those receivers that are out there. Get those running backs out there. The O-line, defensive players. And then
you're round one, you're not overdrafting like a QB who theoretically is like an overall 74. If there's a tackle who's an overall 83, you're not doing that.
Right. So to your point, you're
not overdrafting.
So to your point, where he may be a second round guy, I could see him falling late second, early third, because the need to take him at that moment, it's not going to be there.
Let me ask you a question. You got to look at the order then. Does Denver and Minnesota have I think Minnesota's trading up. So I'm saying Denver and Oakland, do they have a third?
Stino said it the best. Sean Payton has no problem with Stidham right now.
He's a fucking idiot.
It doesn't matter.
Listen,
but if there's three quarterbacks who are going 1, 2, 3, and they have A grades, the teams who are sitting 10 picks behind them are not going to draft C graded quarterbacks just because they're that desperate. It would be stupid.
Have you?
Yeah, but also just because
they've been doing it for years. Christian Ponder was a C-rated quarterback.
Yeah, but we gotta stop. We gotta stop with the past. It's changing.
All right. Okay, no, I mean he's right. We're arguing should they? I mean I'm like arguing no, they shouldn't. Yeah. And I apologize if you're just saying they will because of stupidity. Because I'm always behind that. For front office. Right. That's your reason. The front office is just dumb. That's
hey, Bess, I'm telling you right now. So I've ever seen it. The only time I've ever seen it.
So Reese.
Wait. It's the 2020 year when everybody let those bad quarterbacks drop. That's the first time.
Yeah, that was bad.
I was amazed to watch all them all them quarterbacks drop like that.
But Reese, that's right. To your point, you're 100% right. You are 1,000% right. If it's a stupidity factor, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
And from my understanding, isn't this draft stacked in cornerbacks too?
Corner?
Isn't corner a stacked position in this draft?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Corner and wide receiver.
It's not stacked, but it's decent. It might be second or third after receiver. Well, what I want to, and I apologize.
I think O-line is bigger than
corner. But what I want to know is, what's the year that we didn't see at least 3 quarterbacks? And I said 3, the number 3 at the minimum, right? Name the year we didn't see at least 3 quarterbacks overdrafted, bro. This happens every year,
you're right.
bro.
I said I apologize if your reasoning was you just think they're going to do it because of history and you don't agree with it. Cool.
2021. 2021's the last year. That was who's the quarterback Tennessee drafted? That everybody thought was going to be a first round pick. Only first round quarterback drafted was Kenny Pickett.
Willis.
Yeah, it was
Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett.
Only person that was drafted was Kenny Pickett. Malik Willis.
But that's because
Sam Howell.
Okay, go on.
All of them dropped. All of them went to.
But that's because they were without question hot garbage. They were hot garbage.
That's my point. I'm saying that's why I was amazed by that. I thought they would push these quarterbacks.
Well, I will say this because
these dudes not hot garbage though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this to the Steelers, and I've said this since day one when they drafted Pickett. They were fucking reaching because they had he was a local kid.
Athletic.
They had a local kid, and they were lost since Ben fucking retired. They were lost. They were like, we got to do something, and they want to do something to energize the team. And what better? You draft a kid that went to Pitt in Pittsburgh. I mean, come on, man.
But Pittsburgh's one of those teams you can look at, Mitch, that me and you it'll support our argument. They draft well everywhere else, and now they're in a position where okay quarterback play can win them playoff games. The same thing with Cleveland.
Right.
Like Cleveland went through ugly stretches, but they knew, all right, this defense is still great. We're building this line, this run. Joe Flacco came out of Audubon and was like, yeah, I'll average 300 a game.
But they're still tied to a $280 million quarterback
sometimes
Shout out, Mr. Massage.
Sometimes you overpay.
Massage.
Right. I mean, that's to Drew's point. That's another fucking meathead. You know, in Cleveland, you got Deshaun. But again, I think I think Reese dropped or whatever, and I saw Stino drop, so I don't know what happened. But, all right, my bad. But yeah, so again, we've seen the stupidity, and or not even just we've seen the stupidity. We've seen as Will Levis. He sat there last year like this. Why am I not being drafted? Because they didn't need to draft him at that point.
Nah, that wasn't why. You know why.
You know why?
You know why.
Yeah, he had questions. Something happened before the draft. He had questions.
Oh,
my man drinks caffeine differently.
Hey, let me ask you something, Mitchell. What about the business? What about the business of the league? He put mayonnaise in his coffee.
Stop it, y'all disgusting.
Hey, Mitch, let me ask you this question, Mitch. Let me ask you this question.
Yes,
What about the business of the league, where the owner still, you got the owner in your ear, still wants to make money. So you're gonna go into the season and selling your fans on, hey, we're just gonna play 1 year with Sam Darnold. Now I know the Panthers did that stupid shit, but people still thought he was good. You're gonna go, Minnesota's gonna go into the like, hey, we're gonna go 1 year with Sam Darnold. We're gonna go this year with Jason Statham. I mean, this guy called Statham. I don't care.
The only way I can answer
this is the problem. When did front offices and these owners have to start answering to us?
Because you got to pay tickets.
Just tell us to shut up. They're doing their job. Honest, and I got a big ego, but
Bess, you are full of shit. If
we're irritable as shit as fans. Everybody, we want an answer now. Well,
No,
I don't have it for you.
So to defend, but Reese, to defend what he's saying, and what I think where he's going at is that because there's so many avenues for us as fans to say stuff that we become influential, unfortunately. And like to his point, shut the fuck up. I will do what we're going to
process. These aren't 1 year rebuilds, and the way fans are pressure these organizations for what we want success now. It sometimes it just doesn't.
But Reese, I want to address what you said about Sam Darnold. So here's where the problem lies. And I'm going to I'm going to base this off what I just read today. Justin Jefferson is not happy with Sam Darnold. Let's be very clear. Okay?
Of course he isn't.
He has not showed up to the voluntary workouts.
Of course he isn't.
Not that he has to, but he's not happy, right? He's also in a contract year. He's also been the talks of many trade rumors, not just to my Bengals, but to other teams. Pittsburgh, Buffalo. I think I heard one time Dallas was even mentioned or whatever.
Oh, they can't do it.
They ain't got no money.
I know. I'm just like I said. What I'm going by. What I read today was this: if the Vikings do not consult with him or do the right thing on draft day, you're not going to see Justin Jefferson in a Vikings uniform this year. I'm telling you that right now. And the reason I'm standing on that so hard pause, is
That's
because
crazy.
nice. I got a good one. I did that well.
Wow.
The reason
my
I
bad.
say this is because there's right now there's way too much money out there in the NFL, and there are better situations than the Vikings. It's very simple.
Okay,
Wide receivers have too much power.
Yes, because look, I'll say this and then I'll let you go, Reese. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you. I apologize.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to speak on this because, again, I'm a Bengal fan and I hear this and it gets thrown out there. Where there is a will, there is a way. Okay? I said this to my brother today. So, Lee, you're listening. We've talked about this. Wes, you and I have talked about this in length. I don't care what anyone on this panel thinks or anyone out there in the sports world thinks. If the trade was real that the Bengals would send and they can make it happen one way or the other, I promise you the Bengals can make it work financially. And they would do anything to make that happen. Because again, like Betts just said, these wide receivers have way too much power and they are going to dictate what happens. And that's what's happening in Minnesota right now.
Okay, my thing is, and this is why I go against Betts and what he's saying. No team can go into the season where their fan base has no hope. You can say, "Hey, we're gonna be rebuilding. We're doing all this stuff." You'll have.
The thing about the Jets have done it. The Jets have done it for like 15 of the last 17
years. They
still
do something. Okay, they lose, but they're not. You can't go into your fan base saying, "Yo, we're trying to lose." You can't do that.
Well, no one does that.
The year after Detroit went 0-16. Detroit was hopeless. Sometimes teams.
They still try. Their fan base still have to have some kind of hope. You got to have.
Why don't they? They made a playoff. They made a playoff push last year with nobody after Kirk Cousins got hurt. It's possible to win games and be competitive.
I'm saying I'm a Carolina Panther fan. We should be losing this year, but there's no way that owner wants to see that stadium look like it did against Atlanta. There are 13 players, and the rest of the league laughing, saying your team is empty. Nobody does that. They can't stake it. They can't take
That's a you guys' problem.
49-cent tickets.
The other 31 teams are going to sell out.
You still got to sell tickets.
They're still going to. That's a Carolina Panther problem. The other 31 teams will sell out.
That's
bullshit. That's a lie.
Excluded, not counting Vegas. They're not a real city for sports.
I said that's a lie.
Boy, Charlotte, man, you gotta relax, man.
I swear they gotta relax on us, for real. They gotta relax on us.
You're the one who said it.
You're the one who just said it. What are you talking about?
You're the one who said you didn't have any fans in the stadium. Nowhere else is ever having that problem.
But listen, the Panthers should not be tanking this year. The Panthers should not be tanking this year. First of all, no team should ever fucking. No.
Nah.
Stop it. Stop it. Because to Reese's point is, how do you present that to your fan base? Hey, check you guys next year. Just give us a year.
You are like the fans in Tepper are buddy. Like,
what do you mean?
The Panther fans would love to stick it to Tepper and not show up and make him look embarrassed.
They will.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Panther fans don't got no love for Tepper and how Tepper looks on TV. He's been embarrassing us. Look what he did last year. Look at these coaches he's bringing in here. And you talking about we should support him and show up anyway?
Well, no, that's not what I said, Wes. What I'm saying is, Reese was saying that, no team comes out there and says that they're going to tank. No, you shouldn't say that.
You can't. You literally can't.
That's the Betts' point.
He said
that's the Betts' point. The fans need to shut the fuck up
and let the fans. Yeah, I talk a lot, but like I need to shut up too. Like, we got to relax sometimes. This is not a 1-year process. Like it just doesn't. Sometimes you just have to be like, oof, this year sucks. Let's hope random positions get better, and then we take it from there.
You just don't understand. Like, what's Tepper? How many coaches Tepper had? And he only been.
I understand with Carolina because the owner is. I don't know if that's even who you're talking about. The owner in Carolina is so bad.
The crazy thing is this: the Panther fans hate Tepper. Charlotte FC fans love Tepper.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
I didn't know his name. I just know
David
there's
Tepper.
certain personnel I hate in the NFL. One is who's ever running the Panthers. I don't know what they're doing over there. I hate
Losing.
you because
Hey,
you suck at it.
This year, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not mad what they're doing this year. So I'm not.
Last year was comedy. Last year was like a sketch comedy.
Oh, man,
Like with what he gave. We're going to go get Bryce Young. Okay. What do you have for me? First year head coach, first year running back, a worse offensive line, the worst wide receiver room in football. Our defense got worse.
What's their first year? Well, their first year head coach. He supposedly had experience because I'm not naming any names.
First year head coach in Carolina. They
Right.
did nothing. They gave Bryce Young the worst in it. Bishop Sycamore.
Yes, but hold on. I said they should have never fired Steve Wilkes.
They should have never fired Steve.
And Reese yelled at me for hours on end. And Frank Reich, he's gonna pan out. I didn't like it.
I was wrong. I do. How bad it went last
I think Frank
year.
Reich's a good coach, but
I understood the plan. That's what I'm saying. I understood what the plan was. You bring in Frank Reich, you bring in a rookie quarterback. He's supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. You bring in the most experienced offensive coaching that I've ever seen that's supposed to help. What they didn't count on was the offensive line being decimated, and then they being that terrible, and then the wide receiver, and then they didn't.
I mean, but you're a Panther fan. 2 years, not last year, the year before that, you guys had a backfield of randoms, and you ran the ball well.
Yes.
Yep, that's what happens when you got
well.
That was Steve Wilkes.
That was Wilkes. Also,
behind a battered O line, right? Behind a battered O line.
Y'all
the
the
year before was good. The O line year because you had Colbert for a healthy year.
The year that you had that running back by committee.
Yeah,
that was 2 years ago. Collectively, they were up there in most rushing yards a game.
Yeah,
they were great. They were great on the ground.
I'm talking about the O line. I'm talking about the O line.
We had
the O line was healthy that year.
Baker Mayfield. We had no quarterback. They had to be good on the ground.
Yeah, they didn't have no quarterback.
This is the Matt Rule era when you hire a first-time coach that ain't never been a coach.
That was stupid.
College, man.
That was stupid.
Y'all think this Tepper stuff started last year? No, this has been going on for multiple
6 years. 6 years.
From the outside looking in, the owner of Carolina seems like he uses everybody else as a scapegoat.
Yep.
Quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like quick. It's a revolving door. It's a revolving door.
What the 49ers did. It's exactly what the 49ers did with Steve Wilkes this year. They lose the Super Bowl. It wasn't.
That was Shanahan.
Bye, Steve.
That was Shanahan, I think, and he did it to take pressure off himself.
He scapegoated Steve Wilkes.
But this guy in Carolina has a revolving door of personnel, and it's
except for this year.
I know everything takes time.
He got embarrassed. I think he finally got embarrassed, and finally the media is trashing him. He has stepped out the way. He's not even doing interviews this year.
Like there are situations where a coach should be fired in the first year. Or the Jacksonville guy or Nathaniel Hackett. They're like egregious coaching where like a 6-year-old could be like, ooh, you're bad. Like that, okay, but not Frank Reich. Like there's just no patience anywhere in Carolina. It seems like
I don't blame Frank for last year. I think he put Frank's staff together. He made Frank hire some people, and that's what.
But who'd you give him to win ball games with?
Huh?
Who'd you give Frank Reich to win ball games with?
Jesus. I'm saying it turned into a
Adam
game
Thielen.
It turned into a game of thrones. He had coaches talking about him going to the owner.
Yeah, it was like some Hunger Games stuff.
It was some Hunger Games shit last year. He had fucked up. That's why he had shut the fuck up and moved out the way. He let Dan Morgan is pretty much running this organization right now. That's all.
Yeah, they got to turn it around. They can't go down the path of laughable organizations / owners like the Washingtons.
They may be already there.
Who else is laughable to me?
Hopefully he'll stop. He's already laughing.
Well, all right. So again, and what number pick do you have?
33.
33 and 39. We ain't got a first
Yeah,
round
so
pick, bro.
so they're not even relevant to talk about in that
No.
first round. And I don't mean that disrespect.
So wait. Now I also heard some chirping that because they don't have a first round pick,
Do
do
not.
they move up?
No.
No,
No.
listen.
No.
Hold up. Hold up.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hold
Can I
on,
can
man.
I
Hold on.
finish?
Let him finish. Let him
Can I
finish.
finish? Right? What is a
Mhm.
need that you got? What is a need that the Carolinas are? What is it? What is a positional need that you guys need?
Wide receiver. That's all.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. They can get a
Wide
cornerback.
receiver.
They can get an edge rusher. They need wide receivers. Plain and simple.
So so let
This
me,
whole
so
offseason, no way that this draft has to be. We got to invest in Bryce. We got to invest in Bryce.
You gotta get an offensive line, man, to protect Bryce.
They done paid $150 million.
Yeah, they paid.
Yeah,
They dropped the truck on them dudes, yo.
they done paid for 5
Oh,
guards.
that's right. The 155 million. That's right. My bad.
so let me ask you a question. So my question is, right? Needing, let's just say edge, right? Because I think edge is a edge is a position in this draft that everybody is quote unquote banking on to be a a big, a big position drafting wise. Like there's a lot of guys coming out. However,
Right.
when you really look at the players and where they rank, if you're not drafting an edge top 3, maybe 4 guys, everybody else is a third round and down guy. Yeah, you might find a steal third round.
I agree.
But if you really need something like an edge to help solidify your defense, create the chaos in the trench, allow them to be a pressure driven defensive line, why not trade up into the first round? You can easily trade up and get a guy like Versus late first round.
They don't need to do anything else with the defense. I don't.
Huh?
You got to. I told me and Snow have said this. Defund the defense. We're not worried about the defense. You got to get your investment right. You got to get Bryce. So what? This is offensive draft. If they draft nothing but offensive players and weapons and offensive line, I have no problem with what they did. I don't care because it's all about Bryce. It's all about Bryce.
But that does not heal your issue that you can't stop anybody.
It don't matter.
So your defense, you're hold on, Reese, don't get crazy. Don't say it doesn't matter, because it does matter. Because if your defense is going to be on the field, right? Because fine, let's just say you get a receiver. Let's just say you get a receiver for Bryce.
2.
And they still can't convert. Your defense is still struggling. So you're going to have Bryce and that offensive line, that offensive side of the ball that you spent all of this draft capital on. Now, what I'm saying is you split those two second round picks. You can either trade up and get a receiver in the first round or get a defensive edge in the first round. Either way, you do not blow the gap like that. That's just crazy. It sounds crazy to just say that you're using those second round draft picks to get targets for Bryce, or stacking it to get offensive players. Like, that don't make no sense.
It's going to be what it's going to be, bro. I'm telling you right now. They need to stack. They got to save the investment. We got to know what.
I don't think that saves the investment. I mean,
yeah, it does. You can't put Bryce into another season like this. First of all, wait. First of all, you ain't talking. They signed Jadeveon Clowney. They signed DJ Warner. They signed like 3 pass rushers. I'm saying you can bring it young. Plus, they got DJ Johnson and Amari Barno. So they got 5 pass rushers already on the team. They may need a cornerback. They may need a linebacker. But they brought those guys in. I'm safe. Set this offseason up to fix the mistake where they put Bryce out there with bullshit and almost got him killed.
They need offensive talent. Like, you guys.
They really showed how much they cared in free agency.
What? They got him Deontay Johnson, and they paid like $18 million for some goddamn offensive lineman. So that they doing the protection part, and they got him 1 wide receiver. They got to get him more. They can't put him into the season with what they got on offense.
Yeah. If the Panthers don't draft a receiver in them first 2 picks, preferably 33, I'm done with them. Like this whole
I can't do that.
I don't know how we got onto the Panthers. Can we get off of them because it's making me a little dizzy?
right.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Too much cat meow?
What'd you say?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. How do we just
So
start
much
talking
cat
about
meow.
the
Wow.
Panthers?
The Panthers.
Yeah, that's
But
why
anyway, listen. It's been a great show. We've been on for a minute. We're gonna wrap it up here.
Thank you, fellas. I need
Shout
you.
out to me and my birthday in a few hours. I'll be
Yeah.
51 years old. Reese, you better
Happy
call me
birthday,
tomorrow.
legend.
Happy birthday, brother. Happy
Legend.
birthday right now. That's what you're getting right now. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Happy
get
birthday
you.
to you, Bobo.
I'm gonna get you
Happy
the same
birthday
thing I
to
got you
you,
last
man. Much
year.
love to you, Bobo.
I'm
Shout out
getting
to
you
Wes.
a first round loss to the 76ers for your birthday.
Nice.
Shout out to Wes.
Listen, cheesesteak boy, I don't like
gotta
that.
beat
Okay.
Miami, bro. You still got
In
Um,
5. I'll even be nice and we'll do it in 5, not 4.
Best you can't hide for the next 4 weeks, brother. I don't care if you're working out with half of Philadelphia. You can't hide if you're saying this. You got to come back. 'Cause you got to hear.
Yo, Mitch.
No,
are you
I'm
eligible?
honestly
Are you eligible
shocked
for the
at how
senior?
confident Knicks fans are. I respect it, I think.
Oh, I'm obviously
Hold on, Reese.
I haven't seen
What did you say, Drew?
Are you eligible for the senior menu at Denny's?
I don't know. Am I? Is it? No, I think it's six. I think it's 65 and over. Wise ass.
Well, you close enough.
No. He got to stop going to dinner. He's going to Cracker Barrel.
No, hold on. Oh, listen,
Ew.
we got old guy Matt.
Ew.
We got old guy Matt in the chat saying I'm gonna be a deck of cards. No, that's next year when I turn 52. Maybe that's your age now, Mr. Matt. Just want to say, age shaming a brother over here. But anyway,
You
again,
Knicks fans.
what do you mean, you nigga? Listen, Philip.
I
Listen,
respect the confidence.
You got to do this off air.
I just wasn't expecting this much confidence.
I am 100%.
Shout out to the veteran.
Why are you confident? Your player's hurt.
Yes.
That can
He's
do
not.
this off air.
Who's hurt?
Who's hurt?
Who's hurt?
Bede's not hurt.
He's back.
always hurt.
He just dropped like 30, 12, and 9
Not
like
last
3
game.
days ago.
Last game you walked out of there. You lost the last game.
He came back.
His back is always
Now
hurt.
we
You're
finished
right.
with like 32.
Yeah, we're gonna beat them anyway. It doesn't matter. Hey, again, I just want to shout out everyone. Shout out to the world. Again, shout out to Tristan Lee and his family. May he rest in peace. And I'm gonna end the show by sharing my screen and with having a moment of silence again for the patriarch and his beloved family. So God
Thank
bless.
you, fellas. I needed this tonight.
Love everybody.
Love you,
Love you
Wes.
guys.
You know, look who shows back up when at the end when we're about to leave. This guy. All right. Well, hey, shout out to everyone. See y'all next week. Next week for the draft. Remember, we'll have our show on Tuesday, but showing on Thursday is the most important. We need representation. So shout out to the world, shout out to the nation. We love y'all. Peace.
Gang, gang.
Peace,
Love
Bobo.
you, fellas.
Deuce.
Talk to you.
Later, fellas.